extremely cold. We're out here at Pacemakers testing today. Very thankful for Pacemakers to open their gates for us and let us test in the middle of winter. Not many tracks are going to let you do that in Ohio.
We drove through and there's Christmas decorations up. Like, it was weird driving through to get here and something like that.
Yeah, it's extremely cold out here. They did warm the track up for us a little bit, sprayed it with some glue, some stripper glitter, so just to be safe, you know, since it's so cold. We're going to try to make some hits on the new carburetor and see if it needs any adjustments. We'll make one pass, probably go to the 330. If it feels good, I might take it all the way, we'll see. But I'm going to be watching the air fuel. The Falcon, we need to make sure that it's going to follow the boost curve.
It's going to follow the boost curve. I got in there and they fixed it. And apparently it's had
a CO2
leak for a while.
And low pressure.
And now it pops and cracks and makes me feel some type of way when I'm on the brake. And it shoots flames. So I just want everybody to know my car shoots flames.
So Tommy thinks it's fixed because it's shooting flames. We'll see. it might not be fixed because it's shooting flames.
Something's right, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited. Let's hope the track's good enough where we can get a good hit.
I think it will be. They're gluing it down pretty heavy, so we need to tighten up your shocks though, so you don't go to the sky. Let's do that.
All right, let's do it.
Holy Jesus. I hope he had that thing turned down. It carried the left front wheel till he shut it off.
I think it's had the same thing in it as what we ran on.
It sounded like they were wadding real bad.
On the tires. It's on fucking jackass dude. It was shaking the tire. I think the only reason he let out is because it was shaking the tire.
It was just real bad.
Look how bad it's paddling.
Oh yeah.
That little bastard's making some steam right there.
Yeah, it was.
He didn't set the left front wheel down until he let out of it, and it paddled the tire the whole way.
I couldn't see from the back. I didn't know it was wheeling. I just thought he let out because it was...
No, it had the left front wheel that far off the ground until he let out of it, and it was paddling the tires the whole way.
It was pretty bad.
It's making some smoke there. It had the left front wheel that far off the ground until you let out, and it was paddling the tires the whole way.
Yeah, it was making power. It was like I was trying to watch the air fuel the whole time, and it was 4.4. But I'm gonna watch the GoPro back just to verify.
Listen, you're probably gonna have to up that tire pressure or put a different tire on it, because if you go up there and look at it, it paddled the tires so bad that I can't believe it didn't rattle your teeth out.
Yeah, it paddled bad.
Was it shaking your? Could you tell it was shaking the tire?
Yeah. I was just trying to drive through it.
Well, that GoPro is going to be really good because it's going to show it shaking the tires. I mean,
and it's still on there.
Yeah, I was glad it turned on.
it felt like it was fucking making a pass.
Did you draggy that?
Yeah. I let out at like 200 feet and still went 386 to the 330. So it was on like a 340. It was a 60. 136. Paddling. 2 weight bars. But that was only on like 20 pounds. So. Alright, so we made our first pass. This thing felt like an animal. Like, I haven't felt it make that much power in a long time, and it really was turned down. So I'm happy with the carburetors. Kevin obviously made some huge changes in this thing, and it's made a big difference. So we're gonna make our second hit. The air fuel was just a little bit on the lean side, but it is very cold today, and the air is very crisp. So it's gonna be a little lean naturally. If we go down south, it's going to be a little more rich because the air has a little more moisture in it, a little more humidity. So we put a little bit more jet in it. We're going to try to get it a little bit more rich on the air fuel. And I took 1 weight bar out of it, so it's not going to paddle the tires as hard, hopefully, and drive left. It doesn't really need that 2nd weight bar for this track. I might put it back in for when we go down south and street race. Not sure yet, but I'll probably bring it with me and just decide when I get there and look at it. I'm gonna put a little bit more air in the tires this time, and we'll go from there. Hopefully it makes a good, clean A to B pass.
caused it?
I don't know. When I got to the end, I pulled the hood off and the throttle wasn't stuck. So.
Everything's throttle wide open with your foot. Is that it?
Yeah.
Let off. Beats the hell out of me.
I don't know, it was super weird, dude. I was freaking out. I was open the throttle.
I know.
So I just shut it off.
I figured you were looking at your
And
air
then of
fuel.
course, because my fucking steering wheel locks, when I shut it off, I can't steer.
Did
So
it
I'm like,
lock?
oh fuck, yeah. So then I had to turn it back on, but I had to make sure it was completely, the engine was completely off before I turned the key back on.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait to see that fucking GoPro footage.
I love this truck.
Well, you reacted well.
Yeah.
But you didn't panic, so that's good.
It's a good thing you tried to shut her off at 500.
Yeah, because it was like 4.6, 4.7, but
4.6, 4.7.
yeah, I saw 4.8 as I was going over the hill.
What was the? Did you look at the draggy?
541,
On how much?
like 20 pounds.
Is that good?
Pretty good. Yeah, 133 on 20 pounds is pretty good.
It spun the tire to 63.
Yeah, I know.
When could you tell that the throttle was hung open?
As soon as I let
As
out,
soon as you let out, it just stayed.
it just, yeah, it kept, it was still hung wide open. I was like, oh god.
What'd you think?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
So I put 200s in the front, and then I'll put a little bit bigger jet in the back yet. I'm not going to try and jet it perfect for this air, of course, but
It was laying over at the finish line. I think it needs the filters changed. Like it was 4.7, 4.8, but then right at the finish line it was like 5.6. At the very least, you need to take it apart and just see, check the pre-filter.
there's an awful lot of shit in that carburetor. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds a lot better on the brake, like in the bird on everything.
That bitch is bad. Oh my God. Those struts work good in the front.
Very well.
That was 11 clicks.
That was a nice clean. It left really gentle, it looked like, but I mean.
Dude, I bet that was faster than mine. It only had 20 pounds in it out the back, but it's still rolling. That looked good.
Really? It felt slower than Dick, to be honest.
It looked good.
Like out the back, like it definitely felt like it was.
Well, I only had like 20 pounds in it out the back.
Yeah. It just felt like it was making a bunch of noise out the back and not actually pulling, but it was only on 20. $555, 143, 60 foot.
I could have taken a lot more than 60. Well,
All right, we can just look at the.
you feel like it came in?
Yeah, it came in right. It wasn't like I was waiting for it like it was.
It was not nice linear.
Yeah.
Like it should have been.
Yeah.
Let's pull the data and just check it.
Yeah. Felt right. Jesus.
Whether the throttle blades are so big that the air of the boost itself is holding them open or what.
Afterwards, I pulled it a little bit more open. Like I was trying to push it closed and it wouldn't go, right? So I pushed it just a little more open, then it went back.
It's got to be the blades are in the spacer underneath the carburetors. Because it's nothing above the carburetor. Let it go.
Doing a 50 or a 49 pedaling it like that. Right at the end, but I'll have to watch it go right.
That's it, and the fuel filters are full of trash. It's got to be the blades are hitting that spacer or something underneath of it. I don't know what I was thinking. We got to get to the bottom of that yesterday. Can't be having that shit.
We might be able to see it where it might be tipping on it. We might have to take the Dremel and. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Back to the shop. We might be able to see it. We might have to take the Dremel. sense in trying to wad it up or anything, so I could put it on the trailer. It's the only piece. When it rolls around, there's so much pressure going through it that it's forcing it to that, and it's just barely sticking. So we might have to take that plate off. Pull the carburetor off, we might be able to see where it's hitting it, and we might have to take the Dremel and just chamfer it so that it has nothing that it can catch on. But we're not going to be able to tell until we take the carburetor off and look at that aluminum spacer to see. Well, like I said, it's in one piece, put it on the trailer, we'll take it back to the shop, put the carburetor off, look. We're going to do some Dremel work, I'll do some Dremel work to that spacer. And no sense of wrecking it.
Yeah, the scary thing is though, the only way to know if it's fixed is to go do it again. Well,
I think you need to put a kill switch on it. Both cars should really have a kill switch.
you should be able to test it in the shop and get it to stick, but maybe it's just with the boost pressure additional, it's just bending it a little farther, I don't know.
Right. And we'll put a stiffer spring on it. On the return, we'll put 2 stiffer springs on it, so it's fine.
Yeah, that was not fun. Because I was trying to shut it down earlier because I could see it was going lean. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, we don't need to go lean.
Did it walk up the steering wheel again, or did you just softly do it?
I don't remember.
It's literally fucking nightmare fuel.
Well, it's the first time it's ever done that. Never hung the throttle on anything before, actually.
Well, the throttle blades are bigger.
Yeah.
And that spacer is, I think they're like 1 3/4 or something like that. And if those throttle blades are a couple thou bigger, it's going to catch on that aluminum and hang it wide open.
Yeah.
And with all that force from the boost going through it, it can't return it because it's already stuck, and then the spring's not heavy enough to pull it back because it's stuck. So I say
Yeah, when I pulled off the
check
track at the end, it was still stuck. Like when I took the hood off down there,
Right.
and I couldn't push it back closed. I had to take it a little bit farther, wide open. It would go just a little more, and then it released.
Because sometimes those blades on there, I mean, imagine Kevin probably had them off, but sometimes those blades ain't centered in those things, and if they're not centered and then it has such a close tolerance on that spacer, it could be just catching just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we'll fix that back at the shop, and then we'll go through the fuel system on both of them and just make sure they're good. I think the truck's gonna be okay, like as far as the tune-up and the jetting.
I'm gonna compression test it and stuff,
Yeah,
and just make sure we don't have anything.
definitely compression tested. It went lean twice, so.
Yeah. So all we can do, I said, put a little more on Tommy's car. Just turn it up a little bit at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Put one more on Tommy's. And
You want to make another one? Or?
I don't see why we need to. I don't know how much fuel's in it. We only put 3/4 of the jug in.
It's true.
And it's 37 degrees right now. It's literally starting to snow. So it's just gonna spin worse. The track's gonna be fucking cold.
Well, at least we know that it followed the target and it made more boost than the target.
That's all we needed to see. I'm happy with that.
It took it a second to match up to the target boost, but that's normal. Like most cars, it takes them about a second to reach what it's supposed to make.
I didn't feel like I was waiting for it to come on. Like it shifted where it shifted, and like the boost was there this time.
The last time it was like it took 4 seconds just to build more than 8 pounds. So this time it was definitely better.
Well, like at Dig or Die, it was like, since it wasn't building the boost that we wanted, it was taking it a while for it to get to the shift RPM. So it was like the shift was late too.
Yeah.
But now it's like shifting on time.
can you see it on the GoPro? Like it actually builds the RPM.
I haven't watched my
On the GoPro.
We can look at it.
I think another thing at Dig or Die was I was pulling a little bit of timing down low too, so that didn't help either. CO2 leak.
I think the CO2 leak was the biggest.
And just the fact that I think that regulator was jumped too. It wasn't providing enough pressure. So we got that figured out at least. And we know the truck will make it to 660. It's just a little dramatic.
We'll make it to 700 maybe.
It's a little dramatic to get there, but it'll make it.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah. That's
I guess.
about to do some sketchy shit. Dude,
Some sketchy shit. Do that.
Alright, we're gonna close this one out. You wanna say anything?
I'm happy. I'm glad that Falcon seems right again.
Dude, the Falcon suspension looked really good. Did you watch my camcorder of it? Yeah, it's really good. Like, it was just floating the front tires. Like, you could tell it wanted to pick them up, but it just was floating them. That's gonna be a good tune-up for the pad, that 550 or 540. I got fresh tires coming.
Oh, you found some?
Yeah,
We're
2
definitely-
pairs of CO7s.
We're definitely gonna have to start conserving because I feel like after this set, it's getting really hard to find tires. I think it's every company now. It's not even just like Hoosier.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you learned something. And I'm sorry, Grandma, for making you about poop yourself. My grandma's gonna be all upset over the throttle hanging.
I think it's something people can learn off of. Like, if that happens to you, of course, other people probably have kill switches
And you don't
like a
know how
normal
you're gonna
person.
react till it happens.
Right.
Like, in that moment, I was like, wait, put it neutral, do I shut it off? Like, my head, there's like 6,000
It's never go to neutral because it's just gonna wing it out. And
Wing it.
It's gonna be rods hanging out the side.
If it doesn't shut off, then go to neutral. But you're gonna be blowing your engine up.
You're gonna be having some cool trickle.
Yeah.
You're looking at the tag, slinging 9,000 RPM.
And I feel like S10,
Sometimes that key will hang
right,
up too.
like every S10 I've ever owned or driven, even my Blazer, the fucking keys have like a certain sweet spot. So
Yeah.
you're like,
Shoot, my new truck, it's the same way. You got to get it just right, and it doesn't hang up going back. But when you're trying to start it, you got to kind of.
I know Kenny adjusting the valves. He can't get it to come off ignition sometimes.
right.
But me, I'm like, got it. And that may have been a little bit of the time getting it shut off.
But
Wild.
let's put it on the trailer and go to the shop and get to work. We got a few hours to get some stuff